In the Champlain Valley of Vermont, Angus and Charolais cattle graze with a view of the Green Mountains to the east. Mountain Meadows Farm was founded by Dr. AMIEL Cooper, a noted cancer pathologist who always dreamed of having his own farm.
It was really in my mind and part of a dream. I had no real farm background. I did love the outdoors, and once I saw land, I knew I wanted to own land. It might be a far cry from sitting at the microscope looking at breast cancer slides to going out and wanting to do organic beef farming. But that's what I did.
Well, AMIEL is very much a perfectionist. He attention to detail, detail, detail. And we will get into discussions about the day-to-day operations and well, what if you tried this, or what if we did that? And that's great because it challenges me.
But the real break came with Brian, finding him 7 years ago. From that point on, that's really marks the real growth and improvement of the farm. We went from ordinary to, I think, excellent.
AMIEL works closely with Brian KEMP, who manages the daily activities on the farm, which now stretches across more than 2,800 acres of pasture and cropland. They finish all of their calves and market their beef directly to Whole Foods markets in the Northeast.
I sell wholesale to Whole Foods. They keep wanting our beef. I'm not selling to the general public right now. We don't have enough. Whole Foods takes everything I can produce.
It's environmental ethic is really what it's been recognized for, as well as this top-end quality beef. Its ability to move beef products into Whole Foods is a great statement about the quality of their product and the demand for their product, and they're doing it in a way that is respectful of the environment and setting a model again for Vermont farmers and farmers from across the region and frankly across the country.
With Lake Champlain nearby, one of the challenges facing the farm is protecting water quality. AMIEL and Brian worked with NRCS to install a large buffer area and fence cattle out of 90 acres that border the Lemon Fair River.
That's our biggest advantage that we've done to this farm and for the environment. The animals had access to the Lemon Fair, and it right from day one, I could see that this has to change. So we went with the KEMP program and did that over a 3-year period.
The practice you see here behind me, the fencing, the tree planting, there's a water line and a cattle crossing over here, are designed to help exclude the livestock from the streams, keep their manure out of the stream and keep it from traveling down, keep phosphorus out of the rivers and Lake Champlain ultimately.
To replace the river as a water source for the cattle and to better manage their grazing, they drilled a new well with a solar-powered pump to deliver water to stock tanks throughout the farm.
It's never failed us. We have a large reservoir. It's a total demand system. It pumps while the sun's out, or even if it's lightly raining, it'll still pump. And that's reserved in a 5,000-gallon tank. From there, we have gravity lines running to over 8 paddocks in that pasture.
Another major project was a new barn to house animals during the tough Vermont winters, improving animal care and manure handling.
Our ability to contain our manure during the winter shelters is vastly improved with help from the NRCS in designing the new mother cow barn. The slope angle, the proximity with the concrete push-off right to a huge manure pond, which we, of course, use every drop of. Liquid gold as far as I'm concerned, once you understand the ability and significance of manure.
I think most people from across the country would be shocked to come into Vermont and see an operation this size with the pastures, their rotation, and how they winter cattle. I think that this is a prime place to bring people, especially if you want them to learn a little bit about how to do it correctly.
No effort has been spared to improve the environment on Mountain Meadows Farm. A detailed nutrient management plan is in place, and they've installed systems to capture all the runoff from their barns so the nutrients can be used to fertilize their crops. Put it all together, and it's clear everyone at the farm is working to ensure this rare open space in Vermont remains productive and sustainable.
This farm has been really instrumental in really changing how Brian and I view our job, in terms of making sure that our children are aware of the fact that we need to be good stewards of the environment.
Stewardship to me is being conscientious of what you're doing and what your footprint is and how you're impacting the environment and realizing that what you do affects much more than just you or your land.
So to me, stewardship is looking after the health of the soil, the health of the land, the health of the cattle, and I get really inspiration from seeing a day like this, both religious and poetic inspiration. It's just like God's in his heaven, all's right with the world, that type of feeling.